Hi everybody, Kev McNamara here. Welcome to the Inspired Healing Podcast. This is a podcast for those of you looking to change your lives, get out of your comfort zones and reach your full potential. I talk about the Stoics and the Stoic stories and quotes from people like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca and Epictetus. I explain how they relate to your life today and how they can help you change your life for the better. It's kind of the 5-minute Stoic for personal development. And please support our sponsors, Prostate Plus. If you're a man and you want to shrink your prostate, Prostate Plus are the best supplements you can get. I use them myself to keep my prostate fit and healthy. And milfan.com, the world's best food delivery service. Links are in the show notes below. Now let's go inside.
Hi everybody, thanks so much for joining me. Today I want to talk about the 100-day challenge I've just completed yesterday. Had a lot of questions about it. A lot of people asking how I feel, a lot of people asking what I learnt, and so I want to address those questions today. So for those of you that don't know, yesterday I completed my 100th day of running every morning. It was a challenge I set myself 101 days ago now, back in May, and it was to run every morning, get up early. I started off around about 5 o'clock in the morning, and as I got more into it and it became more of a habit, I was getting up sometimes at 10 to 4. Certainly in the last 30 days I would have been up at 10 to 4 most mornings and out the door by about 4:30 at the latest. So the challenge was to get up every morning nice and early, run for a minimum of 45 minutes for 100 days, and I'm happy to say that I completed that. And it's just, people ask how I feel. Elated yesterday. I was certainly feeling fantastic, and once I'd completed that, it's a big achievement. Very happy that I've done that. It's a good feeling, but of course there's always the next challenge, and that's what life is all about. Just getting up once you've done that, having a very short break, and then getting on to the next challenge. And I'll tell you about the next challenge a little bit later. But initially it started out as doing 75 days. And I was going to exercise twice a day or work out twice a day, and I was doing that for the first 14 days, and then on the 14th day I missed one of those workouts, so I decided to start again. So I added 14 days to the list. I still went running on that day, but I didn't do some stretching and things in the afternoon. So I decided to add 14 days to it, and that became 89 days. So then I thought, why not make it just 100? Really push yourself and just do 100. So it became this 100-day challenge. Yeah, in many ways it was like finishing a marathon, a sort of an ultra marathon of days at least. It was great to do it. And in that 45 minutes, to be honest, most days were 50 minutes to an hour and 10, just depending on which way I decided to run. I had a sort of a set route to run, and there were shorter versions of that and longer versions of it. I guess the furthest I ran was about 8.5 kilometres, but I never did under 7 Ks. Yeah, between 7 kilometres and 8.5 kilometres I would run in that time, which is not fast. I'm 62 years old, so I'm not breaking any records, any speed land records, that is for sure. But it was a steady sort of a plod. Every day, the last 500 metres, I would really push it and really sprint basically that last 500 metres. So my motivation for doing it was I really wanted to push myself. I like taking on challenges. I like getting out of my comfort zone. But to do that, I really wanted to form a habit, and I wanted to strengthen my mind. That was the real motivation behind it, to get my mind stronger. Because I'm the sort of person who would start something, and 9 times out of 10, I wouldn't follow through. I wouldn't finish. And I've done that all my life. I've started so many courses, so many different things. I get halfway through and I think, no, it's not for me. I just wasn't a follow-througher. And so I wanted to do it just to prove to myself that I could actually follow through on something. And I certainly did that. So it's helped in that regard. So that was a big motivation. And also the real deep down motivation is certainly do it for myself. But there is a big part of it that I would always think while I was out running, at the end of this, or even during it, if I could just inspire one person to start getting out of their comfort zone, start changing their life, start believing that life is unlimited, start believing that they can do anything that they put their mind to. If Kev can do this, I can do this too. And that was the real deep down, that's the motivation, to help others even though I was doing it for myself, certainly. But I knew that I've done this all my life. I've just had this thing where I like helping other people. And by being inspiring myself, I want that inspiration to rub off on others and to really help them to think, well, hang on, if Kev can do this, I can do this. And that's something I've always liked doing. And there is nothing better than seeing someone, take on board what I've done and say, hey, Kev, that has really inspired me. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I get lots of people contacting me at different times just when I think, I wonder if I'm really helping people with what I'm doing. And then just when I doubt that, someone will send me a message and say, Kev, thank you so much. And someone, oftentimes, I don't even know, somebody on Facebook who's just seen something that I've done and will say, you really, really inspire me. So thank you for all you do. And that's the satisfaction. That makes it worth it. That is the reward. It is just so rewarding to hear that. So that's the motivation. Now, what have I learned? I'm going to quickly run through 10 things, but stay to the end because the last one is the most important. So make sure you listen to that last one. Number 1, when you do a 100-day running challenge, you won't lose weight. You won't lose weight. Now, I didn't do it to lose weight at all. In fact, I don't need to lose weight. I did think that I would probably lose weight from doing this. By the end of it, I'd be as skinny as. I'm skinny as it is. I didn't lose any weight. If you're doing this sort of a challenge, a running challenge to lose weight, well, I'd heard stories that, running, you're not going to lose weight when you run. In fact, sometimes you put on weight. And I thought, that can't be true. But I've experimented with it, and I can tell you it is true. You won't lose weight. You'll lose weight doing sprints, and you'll lose weight at the gym, but running, no. And you lose weight riding a bike as well. But running, no. So that was the first thing I learned. Second thing, when you're out running and it's early in the morning, which I think is the best time to run rather than during the day, it's dark. It was pitch black every morning I got up. It was freezing cold some mornings, but I quite enjoyed that. But you're out there and you're out amongst nature, especially where I live. It's just beautiful to go out running, and there's trees and there's birds, there's kangaroos where I go running, and it is a meditation. That's the second thing. But I kind of already knew that, but that's the second thing that will really help you. You'll actually be meditating without even knowing it. You're just looking around at nature and you're just thinking, wow, this is just beautiful. And your mind goes into this kind of a dream state and you just go with the flow. And it's just such an amazing feeling. So you'll meditate. Third thing, you'll have ideas flow to you. It's like the universe. When you're in this meditative state, the universe just downloads these ideas into your head. I've had some great ideas. The biggest one is to do the Tough 100, which is what I'll be doing soon. So that's the biggest idea that I had while I was out running, this idea for this challenge, because people, they like challenges and it really pushes them and it helps them. And again, that's my motivation, is to get people out of their comfort zone and becoming the best person they can possibly be. Number 4, I had my earbuds in and I would listen to audio books, even though I was meditating. You can still do that. I was just in such a peaceful state that I would listen to these audio books. I'm learning all about the Stoic philosophy, Stoicism, and just when you're in that relaxed meditative state, you're out in nature, it's dark, there's no one else around. It is just the best time to learn from books. And reading, listening to audio books is one of the best things you can do. Number 5, gratitude. That's a huge one. You just, again, when you're meditating, you're just in this grateful state. I'm just so grateful for everything I've got. And it really does let you go deep down inside yourself and realize what you have in your life. It's really going to help you in that regard mentally, and I'll get to that in a moment, but mentally, the gratitude, the meditation that you do, it is life-changing. It really will change your life. Number 6, you learn to accept pain. Most people, they get a tiny little injury and, I can't run today, or I can't go to the gym today, or I can't do this. When you're doing a 100-day challenge and you get your mindset to that state where you just do it regardless. I could have broken a leg and I still would have got out there and limped my way around. You learn to accept the pain because, as David Goggins says, when you think you're exhausted, when you think you're done, when you think a little bit of pain's going to hold you back, you're only at 40% of your capacity. You've still got 60% to go. So you will accept pain. That's just a byproduct of doing a challenge like this. Totally committed to it, you're disciplined, you will do it regardless of any sort of pain. And I had little niggles here and there, but nothing stopped me. I just got up and just went. It gets to a stage where it becomes a total habit and you just do it regardless. Number 7, you become very consistent, and that's all due to making it a habit. And you just get up. I'll get my running gear ready every night. I'll put it out on the dining room table. I didn't want to wake Joy up in the morning that early. I would just get up, get out of bed, and just put on my running gear and just go. So you become very consistent, and not just with those things, but with other things in your life as well. You become more consistent with your life. And when you can do that, again, your life can change. Number 8, I felt stronger. And I do now. I feel really strong in the legs especially. You feel like you can go all day. I know that I could have continued this 100-day challenge, but I'm having a rest before I start my next one. But you certainly feel stronger. Number 9, you won't want to stop. I didn't want to stop. I woke up this morning at 10 to 4, and I thought, I feel like getting up and going for a run. But I knew my body needed that little bit of a rest before I start my next challenge. You won't want to stop, and that's a good thing. It will mean that once you've finished your 100-day challenge, you'll want to start the next one. You might have a little break, or you might go straight into it, depending on what it is. But you won't want to stop, which is a great thing. Again, that mixes in with the consistency thing. You just keep doing it, and it really does become a habit. And when you're doing things because they're helping you in your life, and you want to keep doing them, well, that's a great thing. Now, the last one, number 10, your mind will get so strong. Your mind becomes this powerful machine. You callous your mind, as David Goggins says, because you keep doing these things over and over. You become consistent. It becomes a habit. And in your mind, you know there is nothing in the world that's going to stop you from finishing. And you also know that once you've done this, you can do anything. Nothing is beyond you. 100 days consistently doing the same thing every single day becomes part of who you are. And your mind you tame your mind, you control your mind, you're in charge of your mind. There were lots of times where my mind, early in the piece, wanted to give up, my body wanted to give up, but there was something there. I just had to keep pushing myself. This little part of me just kept pushing me, and eventually there were times when my body wanted to give up, but my mind said, no, we are doing this. And your mind gets so much stronger. That is the biggest thing that I've got out of this, your mindset. And mindset is everything. So if you can get just one thing out of this, you get your mindset fixed, well, that's all you need. So that's the 10 things that I learnt from this challenge. There's probably others that I can't think of at the moment. Maybe in a few days I'll think of those. But they're the 10 things I have learnt. My next challenge is going to be starting next Monday when the gym's open. I did plan on doing a run and then going to the gym in the afternoon with this challenge, but the gym's closed, so I couldn't do that. So my next challenge is 100 days. Plan on going to the gym at least 5 of those days, running one of those days, and on the bike for one of those days. So that's the 7 days a week. I can't wait for that to come. I'll probably do a couple of runs this week as well. I'll do a bit of walking as well this week. But next Monday our gym's finally open, and I'm going to be there nice and early, probably 4 a.m, and just get stuck into the gym. Again, 45 minutes, that's what this Tough 100 is all about, and I'll tell you more about that as that progresses. Give yourself a challenge. Put yourself out there. They're the things you can learn. You can change your whole life. So why not set yourself a challenge and say, right, 100 days I'm doing this. And it doesn't have to be running, it can be anything at all. But as long as it's going to help you down the track, as long as it's going to help you in your life. And the idea is for it to change your life, change what you want to change. If you're not happy with where you're at, change it. And a 100-day challenge will definitely do that. I've learned so much. I feel so amazing. I know I'm now unlimited. My mind is unlimited. I can do whatever the hell I want to do, and I will do it. And I know I'll finish it. The Tough 100 will change your life. Guaranteed. Thanks for listening, guys. Any questions on that, let me know. But I'll see you on the next podcast. Have a great day.
Well, I really hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you did, please subscribe and leave a review. That really does help us. And also share it with your family and friends. That would be great. And please support my sponsor, Prostate Plus. Prostate Plus supplements really can help shrink your prostate. I use them myself to great effect. The links to Prostate Plus are down below in the show notes. Thanks for listening. See you next time.